Okay, so I'm going to talk about something I think just kind of out of my own irritation, maybe. So I've been watching a lot of spiritual teachers and seers and healers who are on TikTok talking about the split that's going to happen between the 3D and the 5D. This really what it is just shifting perspective, like recognizing what you're paying attention to, you get more of. And being able to access your highest self, your innermost I, your deepest I, all of those parts within us that really comes down to the all that is, that we access source. Okay. And that we need to stay in this space as we watch what's happening here in the United States. I get that. I've been doing this work, this spiritual work, for over 30 years. Started as my own healing, just healing from the traumas that I endured as a child. And running parallel with that was my spiritual awareness. And I know who I truly am. I know that I am a divine being. I know that I am connected to the all that is, to source. I can access my inner wisdom and my inner guidance. I have the resources in terms of my nervous system to be able to pull myself back in, to really ground myself, get rooted in this present space, and recognize what is real and what is not real. Because really only in the moment here is what's in the now is the only thing that we have power and control over. Like, I done it. I know it, right? I'm also Latina. I'm a Chicana. My mom's side of the family, we were migrant workers. And on my dad's side of the family, I'm first generation American. I think my frustration comes from these very blanket statements of saying this is all you need to do. And although I really, with my whole heart, believe that it is a matter of perspective and what you focus on and you create your reality, I get that, but I'm also here for the fight. See, I've known for a very long time that this was going to happen, that we were going to come to these crossroads, right? I thought it was going to happen during the first DT administration, and it didn't. And I was very confused by that because I kind of was waiting for things to sort of collapse. Our systems were going to collapse. And I know there are 4 levels of what's happening right now. It's just not what we can see. There are other things that are happening at a deeper level and then a greater spiritual level as to what's really happening. But when I see and I hear stories of people hiding and children terrified of what's going to happen and that wave of fear, by telling people to be in the high vibe and to access their inner wisdom and inner guidance, I think is a perspective that comes from privilege. And privilege from, I'm coming from the perspective of being a woman of color. See, there has never been a time where we didn't understand what it's like to not have the same civil rights as everyone else. It just is. It just is the way that we have experienced life here in the United States. And so right now, even for those of us who are highly intuitive, I'm a medium, I'm a psychic medium, I can also be in the space of responding from a place of compassion and acknowledging that not everybody is in the state of seeking that within them because they're just not there yet, and it's okay. It's not any judgment. But I think that having the compassion and ready to do what we need to do for one another, because in me is you and you are within me. This is the union. This is the oneness. This is the collective experience. And sometimes it feels like people are being dismissive of that very significant part of our collective experience. I am you, and you are me. We are one. So as we look around and we see what's happening, it is okay for us to be responsive to others who are in a state of fear. These two things can exist in the same space. We can actually access our inner wisdom and inner guidance and show up for others who are unable to do that for whatever reason. They may not be directly impacted by what's happening, but maybe just feeling so overwhelmed by taking in how quickly things are happening. And I think that's where true compassion and our true work is to not only align with the truth of who we are, to access the inner wisdom, to recognize all that I am, all that we are, but to also see it in others and to hold that space for others. That right there, I think, is the reason why we came here. It's not just to heal ourselves, but to be in union and be responsive to others from a place of inclusivity, and a place of love, and a place of acknowledging the truth, not just within me, but within others as well.